Got me reminiscing back to when days were great. Got me wishing it was 1988.
Got me reminiscing back to when times were great. Got me wishing it was 1988.
What up, limesters and hip-hop enthusiasts? Thanks for joining us once again on the Rap Flashback, June 2015 edition. With spring in full effect and summer right around the corner, kids finishing up the school year, and both the NBA and the NHL crowning their respective champions, June is definitely an exciting month. And we're excited to share some choice June dates that have left a large imprint on hip-hop's timeline. Oh yeah, it's also Gemini season. Geminis have proven to be fantastic MCs over the years, but we'll get to all that later. For now, let's kick things off with album releases. Ready, boys?
Hell yeah!
Let's rock. Word up. We'll kick off the album releases segment this month by showing James Todd Smith, better known as LL Cool J, some love. On June 2nd, 1987, he released his second studio album, Bigger and Deffer. With triple platinum sales to date, this album remains LL's most successful, in large part to tracks like Go Cut Creative Go, as well as the high energy I'm Bad, and hip-hop's first successful love ballad, namely I Need Love. Though 1985's radio put LL on the map, it was Bigger and Deffer that catapulted him into hip-hop superstardom. I personally remember always getting hyped to the I'm Bad video, where amidst the cop chase, mafioso type storyline, LL brilliantly performs his rhymes in the warehouse, jumping around with an infectious energy that leaves no doubt as to how bad he truly is. Love that record. Walking with a Panther, LL's third studio album, is also a June release, on the 13th back in 1989. Though the record peaked at number 6 on the Billboard charts and produced a bevy of hit singles, such as Going Back to Cali, I'm That Type of Guy, Jiggling Baby, my favorite, Big Ol' Bud. It also included a bunch of ballad tracks, such as One Shot at Love and Two Different Worlds, that weren't received too well by hip-hop purists at the time. To me, that's unfortunate, because I actually like those two tracks, and let's face it, even at that point, LL had been doing love ballad raps for a while. Did people forget I Need Love?
No, Scholar.
Exactly. So again, I never understood some of the hate this album got. I strongly recommend some of you haters go back and listen again. Compared to some of the poor excuses for love-themed rap tracks we hear nowadays, those LL ballads on Walking with a Panther were gems. And that LL could go ballad on one track, hardcore on another, and straight party on the next. Shows how versatile and talented an MC he is. Salute to LL Cool J, an all-time great and hip-hop's first true solo superstar, in my book. On June 7th, 1994, Warren G released his solo debut, Regulate, G-Funk Era, one of the smoothest records you'll ever hear. The Warren G stepbrother, the legendary Dr. Dre, is largely credited with pioneering the funk-driven West Coast sound that dominated the 90s and still shines through today. Looking at you, DJ Mustard. Warren G's brand of a more laid-back, smoothed-out G-Funk sound was also very influential and damn good. Tracks like This DJ, my personal favorite, and Do You See are prime examples of how infectious the G-Funk sound can be. No more is Warren G's brilliance captured, however, than on lead single Regulate, where he expertly flipped Michael McDonald's I Keep Forgetting and teamed with Nate Dogg on the vocals to create what's quite simply one of the greatest rap records ever recorded. I mean, do you know anybody who doesn't love Regulate?
No, Scholar.
Exactly. It's pure gold. Truth be told, the track first appeared on the Above the Rim soundtrack earlier that year. But it was definitely the driving force behind the heavy anticipation for Regulate G-Funk Era. It kicks off and remains the best track on an album which debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and would garner 2 Grammy nominations. Yeah, it's more low-key than a lot of the other West Coast rap coming out at the time, but it was fantastic nonetheless. So alright, everybody out there on the interwebs too, say it with me now.
Regulators! Mount up!
On June 1st, 1999, Ja Rule released his debut album, Veni Vidi Vici, which is the Italian interpolation of the Latin idiom, Veni Vidi Vici, meaning I came, I saw, I conquered. Whether or not Ja conquered with this album is up for debate, though at the end of the day, I would argue he did. Powered by lead single Holla Holla, the album debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and eventually went multi-platinum. Some hated on Ja for the stylistic and sonic comparisons to both Tupac and DMX. But let's face it, at day's end, he made a name for himself. Party and Gangsta pretty much defined Ja's first effort. hadn't yet touched the sing-songy R&B styles that define some of his later works. And at 20 tracks, it's a bit long, but again, Benny Benny Betchy resulted in Ja becoming a strong presence within hip-hop. People like to hate on Ja, and I get it. 50 killed him. Eminem killed him too. He's a wannabe Tupac. He sings too much, he fell off, he went to jail, he turned down the Fast and the Furious, etc. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I personally am not hating on the man. I've seen him perform a few times, and I love his energy on stage. He's got a healthy serving of hits, has sold millions of records, and has some movie roles under his belt as well. He still performs today. Despite some career and life missteps, I'd say it turned out okay for Ja Rule. No?
What up, Gotti?
And to close out the segment, other notable June releases include EPMD's Strictly Business, June 7, 1980. Big Daddy Kane's Long Live the King, featuring one of the greatest rap tracks ever recorded, Ain't No Half Step, June 21st, 1980. Public Enemy's classic, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back, June 28, 1988. LL Cool J popped up yet again with another June release, 14 Shots to the Dome, June 1st, 1988. The Wu-Tang Clan released their second album, Wu-Tang Forever, on June 3rd, 1997. And last but certainly not least, Conan Noriega's The War Report was released on June 17, 1997. As alluded to earlier, June encompasses the majority of the Gemini season. As far as hip-hop goes, this is particularly intriguing to me because many of the greatest MCs of all time are Geminis. For example, Biggie, Kendrick Lamar, Andre 3000, Ice Cube, Lauryn Hill, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Jadakiss, and Heavy D are all Geminis. Beyond rap music, how about Paul McCartney, Lionel Richie, Lenny Kravitz, Bob Dylan, and Alanis Morissette? Gemini characteristics such as being good with words, passionate, smart, moody, and creative are apparently a good recipe for musicians. Sometimes passionate and the life of the party, other times angry and or emotionally aloof. The Gemini's duality makes for some interesting experiences, to say the least. Let's take a look at some examples from our noted Gemini MCs. The late Lisa Left Eye Lopez definitely had some Gemini moments throughout her life. Here's Lisa displaying her communication skills, wit, and smarts as she breaks down funny money in the record industry.
Trust me, you can sell 10 million albums and be broke if you have greedy people behind you. All right, this is how a group can sell 10 million records and be broke. And everyone, get ready to do your math. When we first started out, we were kind of cocky. Okay, there are 100 points on the album. TLC had 7. Every point is equal to 8 cents. All right? 7 times 8, 56 cents. But as time went on, we learned a lot. That means every time an album gets sold, TLC gets 56 cents. So 10 million records, $5.6 million. Seems like a lot of money. Well, it's not a lot of money when the record company has spent $3 million to record your album. And in the record business, we pay all costs back to the record company. We pay recording costs, video costs. So now we have $2.6 million left. Well, guess what? When you have that much money, you're in about the 47, 48, 49% tax bracket. So that immediately gets deducted to $1.3 million. Then you split the rest 3 ways. You got about $300,000 a piece, if that much. Okay? $300,000. I can buy a nice house with that. And what am I going to pay my bills with?
Conversely, here's Left Eye talking about the time she burned her then-boyfriend and former Atlanta Falcon, Andre Rison's house down. Clearly, they had some relationship issues for her to go to that extreme. Was it too far? From my standpoint, I'll say I don't condone arson, but I can certainly at least fundamentally understand Left Eye's action. Let's hear what she has to say about it.
And that's when I walked in the bathroom and looked in the damn mirror. And when I seen my face, I was like, I'm about to kill him. I had a big bruise right here that went from the outside of my lip, flipped the lip under to the inside. I almost didn't even recognize myself. I was like, no. And then you wake up to like, no, this is not happening. I'm gonna kill him. I was still enraged. I was still hurt. I'm And that's when I went in the closet and I seen all of these new tennis shoes just stacked up, just stacked up, just stacked up, just stacked up. I was like, wait a minute. Alright. One of these better be for me. I didn't see no damn size 4, so them sneakers went right in the bathtub. I said, he's staying out late, he fucking other bitches, he ain't coming home, he ain't buying me no tennis shoes, he ain't even thinking about me, he's totally disrespecting me, he bruised my face. I was just like a mad woman, like just throwing him in there, just like, you're gonna burn, you're gonna burn. Went under the cabinet, grabbed my lighter fluid that I used to barbecue it, and barbecued me some tennis shoes.
Kanye West once said, "I'd be biased to think that the community of Geminis is the most consistently in tune with what their spirit is telling them to do or why they have breath in their lungs. But I do think that creative Geminis, Tupac, Biggie, Prince, Miles Davis, all being Geminis, have throughout history been really in tune with those things." Sounds about right. Here's Kanye really in tune with really liking Beyonce's Single Ladies video.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
And here's Kanye breaking the script for a much nobler cause, calling out the government for their slow response in sending aid to New Orleans in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina.
I mean, Red Cross is doing everything they can. We already realize a lot of the people that could help are at war right now, fighting another way, and they've given them permission to go down and shoot us.
And subtle, but in even many ways more profoundly devastating, is the lasting damage to the survivors' will to rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
And we'll close with the late Tupac Shakur, whose many sides and layers, both musically, in his writing, and his interviews, are indeed emblematic of true Gemini. Here's Tupac on Yo MTV Raps displaying his displeasure, shall we say, for getting fired off the set of Menace to Society.
You were connected with Menace to Society. We don't really want to go into what happened with your role in Menace to Society right now, because this is not a Menace to Society. We're not promoting Menace to Society.
No, but I beat up the directors to Menace to Society. Let me tell the whole world.
All right, tell them why you did what you had to do.
These chump, punk, slump, you know what I'm saying?
You'll have a chance to come here and rebuttal.
No, they won't. They better come now. Check this out. They fired me, but did it in a roundabout punk snitch way. So I caught them on the streets and beat they behind. Bust in your mouth again. I'm gonna give you another shot. When I catch these brothers in traffic, it's over. That's all I'm saying.
And here's a 20-year-old Pac delivering a fiery, inspiring speech in 1992 at the second annual banquet of the Malcolm X grassroots movement.
All this, I take that lightly. I take all this lightly. What I want you to take seriously is what we have to do for the youth. Because we're coming up in a totally different world. This is not the same world that you had. This is not the 60s. This is not that. We grew up BC, before crack. That should say it all. You understand what I'm saying? We did not grow up without parents. You had parents that told you this and that, and this is what went on back in the day. Now you don't have that. You have young kids, 14, coming home, their mama is smoking out or doing it to their best friend to get the product. You understand what I'm saying? So that means that it's not just about you taking care of your child, it's about you taking care of these children. Because that's what's out here, the damn children. You understand what I'm saying? And it hurts. It hurts, but it bothers me, not hurts. It bothers me that I have to sidestep my youth to stand up and do some shit that somebody else supposed to be doing. You understand what I'm saying? There's too many men out here for me to be doing it, because it ain't my turn yet.
And as always, to close out the flashback, let's wish a hip-hop happy birthday to the following June babies. Cypress Hill's lead MC, Be Real, June 2nd. Our company, that's right, JP Line Productions, LLC, was officially established on June 2nd, 2010. Happy birthday, fellas! Woo!
Oh yeah, let's celebrate tonight.
Hell yeah! Let's all go out, fellas, because JP Line's own resident Puerto Rican MC, Myself, aka Scholar, has a June birthday too, June 3rd in 1980.
Woohoo!
Where the party at, fellas? I hate you guys, goddamn. Moving right along, Rap-A-Lot MC, Devin the Dude, June 4th. Boston's own Mark Wahlberg had a brief hip-hop run in the early 90s. Who remembers Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch in that track, Good Vibration?
Just you, Scholar.
In any event, Marky Mark, the gorgeous and ever-controversial Australian Iggy Azalea, June 2nd. NBA hip-hop icon Allen Iverson, also June 2nd. A producer, MC, and fashionista who's got all the answers, Kanye West, June 8th. NWA affiliate, the DOC, still making it funky, June 10th. One of the hardest female MCs to ever do it. Former Death Row Records standout, the Lady of Rage, June 11th. NWA representing, yet again, with lead MCs Ice Cube and MC Ren, born a day apart in 1969, June 15th and June 16th, respectively. The late, great Tupac Shakur, June 16th, rest in power. The engine that drives Bone Thugs and Harmony, Crazy Bone, June 17th. The best and most important MC of the last 15 years in my opinion, Kendrick Lamar, June 17th. Another standout and successful MC from this current generation, Macklemore, June 18th. Super producer, Pete Rock, June 21st. Old school pioneer and one of the first to introduce a street edge to his music, Schoolie D, June 22nd. Rockefeller Records standout, Memphis Bleak, June 23rd. The gorgeous hip-hop VJ, Lala Anthony, June 25th. And last but not least, Murder Inc. founder, Irv Gotti, June 26th.
What up, Gotti?
And that concludes the June 2015 Vet Flashback. As always, be sure to catch up on past episodes at the YouTube link below and check out funky fresh content, hip-hop, poetry, sports, and entertainment at your one-stop shop for all things line, jplineproductions.com. Many thanks once again for tuning in, and we promise to be back next month with more knowledge and memorable moments in rap history. At JP Line Productions, we are your old school hip-hop fix. For my partners, Professor and Spaceman, I am Scholar, and we're off. Peace out, Line Nation. I'm tweaking onto a whole new level. G-Funk, step to this idea. Funk on a whole new level.
The rhythm is the bass and the bass is the treble.
Chords, strings, we brings melody. G-Funk, the rhythm is life and line is rhythm.